Hey guys, hello everybody. This is Bala here. Uh, Part two of this two-part series, podcast with the champions. That's the branding I'm giving for this podcast. Yesterday, I had a chat with all the sort of the fastest runners in 5 different categories under the male category. And this time, I'm more excited to introduce 4 other runners who are the champions on the female category. And I'm surrounded by 4 lovely, what I call it as iron ladies, who are representing individual categories as the fastest runners, and cannot wait to get started with them and see what their experiences are and what we can learn from them. Uh, for others who are hearing the podcast for the first time, I know that this gets shared on Facebook as well. And there are a lot of new runners who have not experienced Runner's Eye thus far. This is the introduction to Runner's Eye for them. Yesterday, they saw the podcast for the first time, and a lot of new runners got excited because they're seeing it for the first time. So just for them, in case you are seeing this video for the first time, this is a podcast that I do right through the series, through the season. I normally talk with current runners, past runners, hearing from their experiences, learning from them, as well as giving a little bit of platform on how individual runners' journey, while it can be different, but across the board, if you see there's one thing that is common, is also comes out of these podcasts. That's what I do. And this is something very well received by a lot of runners. And this specific podcast, I've done, this is second of the 2-part series, as I was saying. We just finished season 6, 230 plus runners ran in 5 different distances, 5K, 10K, half marathon, full marathon, and ultra marathon. And I'm having a 2-part series, calling it Podcast with the Champions. Essentially, everybody is a champion. Let me be clear. It's not the time that matters. I've always said that, the person who has run slow, that means they have to run longer, much longer time. So that's a separate skill as well. But, given a distance and it's a race, there's always something everybody wants to improve their space. So I invited the fastest runner on the categories on male in the part 1 of the series. And today I'm bringing in the fastest female runners in these categories. And I'm so excited. Hope you guys enjoy the podcast. So with that, let's start with the fastest 5K runner of season 6, 5K runner in the female category. Please go ahead and introduce yourself and talk a little bit about what your space is and all that. Go ahead, please.
Hi, my name is Dia Senthil. I'm 10 years old right now. I'm turning 11 next Wednesday on November 3rd. This is my first season, my first 5K, and my time for 5K was around 29 minutes. My average pace was 9:24. I tried to aim for a progressive reverse split, even though I've never done that before. I've tried and I eventually got it. My first mile was about 10 minutes, 10 minutes and 18 seconds to be exact. My second mile was 9 minutes 46 seconds. And my third mile was 8 minutes 30 seconds.
Amazing, Dia. And you said this is the first time you're running any race, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And you're what, all of 10 years, 9 years old, becoming 10 soon. Is that which grade you're in now? Grade 4 or grade 5?
I'm in grade 6. I'm 10 years old right now. I'm turning 11.
Got it. Sorry. 10 years, turning 11, breaking 30 is not an easy thing for a 5K. So glad that you even did a progressive reverse split and you remember the splits. That just shows how serious you were about the race. And I am so glad. And it's no wonder you're here. You're serious about what you did. And I'm just so proud that you did that. And imagine this is just your first race. You're going to do a lot more things. And I'm very, very proud that you did this. And we'll come back to you and talk about it. Congratulations. Let's give a warm round of applause to Dia Sender. Well done, Dia. Well done. So with that, let's now invite the second champion on the 10K distance category. Please go ahead.
My name is Suhani Nanda. I'm a second-time runner. Last season, I ran a half marathon, and that took 2 hours, 40 minutes. This time, I ran a 10K, and I took 55 minutes, 53 seconds, which means I averaged at a pace around 9 minutes per mile. I think last season, time wasn't essential for me. It was just kind of finishing it. this season I really wanted to do well. And I kept telling my dad, like, I want to get it under an hour. And my average goal was to take 58 minutes. But toward the end, really pushed myself to get around 55 minutes. So yeah.
Amazing. Breaking one for a 10K is a huge deal, Suhani. How old are you, Suhani?
I'm 12. I'm turning 13 on November 29th. So in around a month.
Amazing. 12 years old, breaking, breaking 1 hour for 10K is a huge, incredible performance. 55 minutes, that means on an average pace of what, 9 minutes something, is that right?
Around 9 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, around 9-minute pace for 6 continuous miles, 6.2 miles. That's an achievement. And you did it first time again. Last time you did it for the first time, full marathon, and this time you're doing half marathon, 10K, last time you did a half marathon, first time, and this time you're doing a first time 10K. That's just a beautiful performance. Sub 1, you got it, lady. And a lot more greatness to come. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cool. With that, now let's welcome, let's go up the distance. Let's bring up a half marathon champion. Please go ahead.
Hello, everybody. My name is Vandana, and this is my 3rd season. And I did my half marathon in 2 hours, 16 minutes. And my pace was 10 minutes, 25 seconds. And I feel great.
So good. So good. And look at that beautiful background she's got. That's her bib. That's
my bib.
That's her
Yes.
bib for season 5.
I'm so proud of it.
2:16 is not a joke. This is a season record for this season under women category. And that's a beautiful pace, Vandana. And you've always been a very serious runner. And you've, as in serious, not by face, because you're always smiling and happy face, but a serious in terms of attitude towards running. Never missed a run. It's been 3rd season, you said, right?
Yes.
And what is your progression? You've been, you remember the first one, how much it was? Second?
So first one was 2 hours and 23 minutes, some seconds. And second was 2 hours, 22 minutes. This is 2 hours, 16 minutes.
Wow. And you did this alone. I know you missed, unfortunately, because of travel.
Yes.
And if you had done it along with the crowd, you probably would have shaved another couple of minutes just by the enthusiasm of people running next to you.
Possible.
So, yeah, very much. Trust me, you would have. And I can and I will. I like it. The one background behind you. Congratulations, Vandana. It's been a beautiful journey, and a lot more amazing things to come to you in this running journey. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Then with that, let's go to the real deal, the real big one, the full marathon. The Iron Lady is to be introduced right now. I'm very, very, very glad to introduce the next runner who got the PR for a PR as well as the sort of a season record for the ladies category. She's also inspired many, many ladies to follow her. She's also an assistant coach. So without further introduction, let me welcome the full marathon champion. Please go ahead.
Hi, everyone. This is Suja Raghunath. I started running in 2019. I only did a 5K. And then in 2020, I joined Runners High with Bala and did 2 half marathons. And then this year, I did 2 full marathons. So the last one, I did the Boston virtual marathon. And I finished it at a time of 5:08:23.
5:08:23, and that's your second full marathon this
That's my
year.
second. Yes.
This year, right, Sija? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Just so people understand, you can do a full marathon without any training. That is not doing a full marathon in my mind. Doing a full marathon is doing the entire training. Seriously, not letting go of anything and then going and hitting hard on the race day. And that's what Suja represents. This is a second full season, full marathon training. That means this is October. That means in 10 months, she has been in serious full marathon training for about 8 months or maybe 8.5 months. Yeah. That's what this year has been for Suja. And full marathon training means you're running on an average of 25 miles a week at a minimum, and it goes up to 40 miles. So it's not for the faint-hearted, and that's why I call her the Iron Lady right now. and 2 full marathons. And have you got a PR as well, Suja?
Yeah, this time I did 5:08, so which was last time was 5:14, so I got a 7-minute PR.
7-minute PR, brilliant. And I can also see a time when she breaks 5 as she continues this journey. It's a phenomenal achievement, Suja. Thank you for inspiring everybody. I'm sure a lot of women, girls would look up to you and then follow suit. And I'm sure the Diya Sendils and Suhanis of the world are looking at it and saying, you know what, maybe it's time for me to ramp up and become a full marathoner at some point in my life, if not immediately.
Absolutely. Vandana too.
And Vandana, of course. Vandana, she's in. She's already in. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of when, not a if. But it's brilliant, brilliant, Suja. Congratulations, all champions. It's been so awesome to see this. So let us now, let's go back to Diya. So Diya, if you can remember your race day, what happened? How did you get a blistering sub 30 pace for a 5K? What happened during the race? Why don't you just take us into a day that day?
Well, when I was running, I did have a lot of pain. That's happens when I usually run, in my stomach and in my legs. But I did continue it, and eventually the pain decreased. And also, I have cross country in school, so that helped me a lot because we run 1.5 miles, 2 miles, 2.5 miles, and we have run like really fast at a pace of 7:30 or less. And so that helped me with my progressive reverse split for the last mile. And I decreased my time a little bit because I sprinted at the end. That usually helps me decrease my time. So.
Yes. Did you stop at all for water, or you just powered through right through?
I stopped like for 30 seconds for water.
Okay, just for water. You didn't take anything to eat or any drink or Gatorade or cool, nothing. Just started and boom, 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 and just next thing you know is you're done with the race. Is that how it was? Very nice, very nice. How was your training? Did your training help you in any place? How did it do? Can you kind of correlate anything with your training and your race day performance?
Well, my training at first, the first thing we had to do was 0.15 miles, and I was like really slow at it because this is my first time running. But then at the end, I was like, okay, it's a race day is coming up. I can do it. Just 3 miles. I guess it's going to be simple. I don't know. A lot of other people are running half marathons. Why can't I do 3 miles?
Yeah.
So I just did it.
That's the power of benchmark, Diya. Very well said. Very well said. Very nice, Diya. Great to hear that. Let's listen to Suhani. How was your race day, Suhani? What did you do differently? And how?
Day, yeah. My mom, so she was doing a half marathon. So so she left a little bit earlier than me, my dad, my sister, and I think during training, I ran at an average maybe 8 minutes per mile, even less if it was just like a mile run. But for a longer distance, their coach was like, pace yourself out. And I think on our race day, the last 2 miles, the 5th mile was definitely the hardest for me, just because of where I was running. We had a lot of uphill that mile. And because it's your 5th mile, you feel really tired. So I did have a couple of cramps. And then my best friend, Sonia, she was also running with me. So we kind of ran all the way toward the end. And then at the end, my aunt was there and she had like flowers and we had like balloons and they were all cheering and recording. And everybody was so happy. It was really fun. And then just like pause your watch to finally be done. And then when everybody else was finished, when my mom came, we also was cheering for her. So it was just a lot of happiness.
Did you expect to hit 55 when you were running?
No, I thought I was going to take I thought it was going to take over an hour. Me and my dad, the night before, we actually spent like 30 minutes trying to figure out what pace I need to run at to do under an hour. And we originally planned it to be 58 minutes. And then I messed up on one of the miles. I went too fast. And then everything got kind of messed up. So I didn't really follow the plan that I had. And it was on my phone. I had it on a sticky note and I wrote everything down. That did not go to plan. So I think at our 6 miles, like I need to finish. And I think I finished 6 miles at 48 minutes. I was like, I need to finish. I was tired. It was only 0.2. So kind of pushed. And no, I did not think I was going to finish at 55 minutes.
That's amazing. And I got to tell you one thing, Suhani. I know you won't even know it. You for this season, you're not only the fastest on the women category, you are the fastest 10K runner for in this season. Okay, so that's pretty amazing. Male, female, all put together, you are the fastest. So let's give it a big hand.
Thank you.
Now I'll give you one more. I'll make it even better. You're not only the fastest this season, you're also the fastest for the last 2 seasons across male and female. You know, because a lot of runners, women, a lot of guys and men have not run 10K that much. It's a more recent phenomena where a lot more runners are running. So people have, when I looked at last year's record, this year's record, last year Dr. Raghu was the fastest 10K. And I think he was just broke the 1 hour barrier for 58 or 59 or something. So from a RHWB record perspective, that is kept for 10K, you are the fastest. So you are the high water mark for 10K, which is something very special. I know people are listening to this, and I know that people will break it. And I'm sure you are the first one to be happy when your record is broken. But right now, you hold the crown across male, female category across multiple seasons. 55 minutes is the fastest 10K. So congratulations. Very, very well done. Very nice. Okay, let's go to Vandana, half marathon. How was your day, lady?
My day was totally different than last time, Balaji, because I had to do alone this time due to my traveling. I was not able to do with everybody else. I was in a lot of pain from last 6 to 7 weeks in my right hip. And then from last 4 weeks, I was having pain in my right elbow. All of a sudden, I started having pain in my right heel, like a week before my race. And I said, oh my God, I will not be able to do it. I couldn't sleep all night because of thinking that, will I be able to finish this race or what will happen? And my daughter was asking, Mommy, how long it's gonna take you to finish this time? I said, hopefully not more than 3 hours. And that's it. I went there and I said, whatever it takes, I'm just going there and doing it. So many runners were there from the runners group to cheer me up. My family were there. I just started. One of my old friend came with a big sign, go Vandana. And I said, okay, that's it, I'm going. Weather was perfect. And I just started. I did not look at the watch. I was just constantly going. And then when I realized it's 13 miles, I said, wow. And it was just, I don't know where 13 miles went that way. Wow. I was in pain, I was having pain, but not that much. But once I was done, I felt like, oh my God, I cannot even move now.
Beautiful. See, you remember we used to talk about in the zone running. You were in the zone. That's why you didn't even realize that 13 miles went by you. You basically delivered a command performance. That's really what it is. Your best, you were able to give, even though you had, less than best around those days before the race. But something happened during the race day and boom, command performance happened. And as a result, you didn't even realize that you delivered a pretty strong PR, 2 hours, 16 minutes PR. And also the fastest for this season on the ladies category. That's just brilliant. In the people who play cricket or even any ball games or any shuttle like badminton and that type of stuff, like a club or a bat hitting the ball, there is one specific, point of the club or the bat, and at one specific time of impact. When that happens, you don't even realize that the ball hit the bat or the club. It'll just boom, it'll just explode, and you will feel like I didn't do anything. Golf, it happens all the time. It's called flush in golf, where when you swing in such a way that it hits the center of gravity of the club or the bat or the racket, and also the time at which, when the ball is moving up, or I don't know, if you go into the physics, you probably understand it. Maybe the ball is moving up or the shuttlecock is coming down. At that time, it hits, and the maximum transfer of momentum takes place with minimum impact. So you just do like this, and then suddenly the ball is gone out of the boundary, or it's just gone like so far away. And it seemed effortless, So that's command performance on the cricket field or a golf thing. But what you just explained, it looks minimum effort. I just said I started. Next thing I know is 13 miles over. I don't know how it happened. That is command performance. So beautifully you explained it. And I want to talk a little bit more in the next question how did you deliver the command performance? Did you plan for it or it just happened?
Tell, tell you the truth, it just happened, Balaji. I wasn't planning anything. I just wanted to finish that day because of my pain. I said, like, everybody else is finished there and I'm the last one to do it. And I was very nervous that will I be able to finish this or not at all today? And I just did it. I have no idea how I did it.
Amazing. And you just had your birthday. And so what a beautiful gift, your own
Yes.
birthday,
Yes.
to be the champion for this season. Amazing, Vandana. Is this the first time you got any medal for long distance in terms of championship kind of a medal, or you've had
Yes.
it before?
No, I never had it. I never ran, like, I just started my running 2 years back. I never ran in my life.
Think about that. Huh? How
Never
about you,
did.
Dia and Suhani? Have you received any medals for running before in your school?
I think in kindergarten or something, they would have like these 1 mile runs, which I thought were insanely hard. And I never finished it, but I have like 5 medals because of that. And then I think we had this one 3 mile run, and my dad, he really wanted me to run, finish it. I think I was like the last person who did it because I walked the entire thing. But no, I never ran before this, but I do have a couple medals because of running.
That's awesome. What about you, Dia? Have you got any medals before, like winning and that type of stuff? I see a couple of medals hanging behind you.
Oh, that's my sister's.
Okay, okay. You got any medals?
Well, I've never really ran before that like long distance, like not even 1 mile or 0.5. But when I started cross country for the championship, I got a I didn't get a medal, but I think I did really good in that. But I
Okay.
don't think I received any medals in running.
So this is a very special medal for all three of you. That means
But
very well. Sorry, go ahead, Dia.
after we completed our run, my family friend, she's also in this running season. Um, she got us these mini medals and she put it on us. So it's like it it shows how proud of it shows how proud we are of ourselves and
Of
that we
course,
deserve it.
we are very proud of you. All of us are very proud of all of you. Suja, what about you? Suja, how was your run and how did you execute it?
All right, for me, this whole year was not so great in terms of health-wise, and I started off the year with this back issue. And my first season of running full marathon itself was so iffy. So at that time, I think I'm a little competitive, I think, and I like to like push myself to do things. So this doing a marathon, I think, taught me to slow down and then think about one day at a time. Don't think about too far ahead. So that's exactly what I did, and I managed to finish the first full marathon that I did earlier in the year in April. And then May, I don't know if it was after the COVID shot or whatever, but I had really bad asthma for like a whole month, and it just wouldn't go. So when it finally resolved and I was able to pick up running again, my pace, everything had dropped off, and I didn't want to push myself either because I've just come back. My lungs were not in great shape, so I had to slow everything down and and start. So this whole and the other thing I developed also is because of the back pain. Even in the last season, around 10 miles also, my back would freeze up, and I cannot turn my head, cannot turn. I can't even look at my watch. I just have to run. I have to run by feel almost. Even lifting my hand would cause so much pain. But my legs were working, my lungs were working, so I could keep running. So that's what I did. And the same thing in this season. Again, that pain continued. I just couldn't figure out a way to resolve it, no matter what I tried. And the pain started coming earlier. So around 7 miles, it would start, and my back would freeze up. I would try to rotate my arms and whatnot, and nothing worked. So there was this icy hot spray, whatever. So that was something I was trying to use. And on race day, I decided to try K-tape. I'm always looking for videos to resolve this pain, and I came across this. And it's a big no-no, right? On race day, you never try anything new, but I did that. And then, so this is last time, I think I was more confident. This time I was worried that will I pass out on the trail, or, what will happen? I never expected to PR, of course. I was thinking I'll definitely run at least 5.5 hours is how I thought it was going to go. And then so my sister, Aparna, she was also worried for me, and she came, like I told them to come after I finished half the run. So I started at 7, and they were all there around 9:30ish. My husband Raghu was there. So he ran after I finished the half marathon. It's like a car pulling into a pit stop. So I only took a section of this trail that I could run back and forth since I couldn't turn my neck. I didn't want to be crossing roads or anything. So I had to take this section that I could, easily run back and forth, not too many dangerous crossings or whatever. And so there's my sister and my husband were there, and it was like a car pulling into a pit stop. One of them would spray icy hot on my back, and then my sister would make sure I get my electrolyte or whatever, and then a gel, and then I would be off again. And Raghu ran a couple of miles with me, and that so having somebody, it kind of helped also. And then the other thing I developed, which I realized during long runs this season, was I started getting like a knee issue that came out in the last mesocycle. So around mile 14, 15 or so, the knee pain would start. So I went on race day with the strategy, let me try to get as much done because I knew the pain was going to come. So let me get as much done before the pain started. And this time on race day, the pain started around 17 miles. And after that, I was deteriorating in pace. So I think I managed a half marathon around 2 hours 26 it took me. The second half took me much longer, and my pace dropped significantly. But Srivatsan joined me at mile 20, and he ran the remaining 10K with me, kept me going. He was playing music, talking to me. We were talking almost. I mean, my pace had considerably dropped by then. And I was surprised I ended up with a PR, right? I didn't expect it at all. It wasn't going to happen this year. And somehow, I managed to. So I was very happy about it.
What a fascinating story is that, huh? With all these, there is a reason why people started calling Suja the Iron Lady now. Huh? It's like requires a tremendous willpower with all that pain and all that issue that you talked about. And to a extent that you can't turn your sort of head also, that much of neck pain and all that. And then doing a full marathon of all the things, little girls here, full marathon is like doing 3 half marathons back to back. That's the amount of effort that is needed for a full marathon. So you are looking at, oh, that's just fascinating. I got goosebumps when you were saying that. And it also shows one other thing, especially, Suja, I've seen your journey as well, right? In running, I feel like the less you want something or less you are focused on timing and all that, more your body and mind gives you that. I'm sure if the same run, if you had said, I'll somehow try to break 5:10 and ran, I don't think you would have probably got 5:30. That's it. You couldn't have broken 5:30. I think it's about getting the mind and body to relax a little bit so that it gives you peak performance. Don't you think so?
Absolutely. I actually read about this strategy and I applied it for this season's run. It said have 3 or 4 goals, for yourself for your run, for your race day run. So I had actually made notes saying, actually make it to race day and start running was like my first, because the way things were going. And then the other was, try to break my previous seasons, finish within around 5:30. And the third one was, try to break it. So as I was running, it was kind of a check, right? You showed up for your run. And then when I went very well, I thought, okay, I'm still on track. So that kind of is a positive reinforcement for yourself. Like, yes, I'm on the right track. I'm doing good.
Correct. It's like kind of having different steps of achievement. So that even if you don't reach the top, you at least reach 3 or 4 steps of achievement, which you should feel really good about. And mentally, it feels good to sort of, you're not like wasting that day kind of scenario.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, break 5 was not even in the picture because I knew it was not going to happen.
That's amazing. But break 5 will happen. And also like Vandana, like what I told to Suhani, you're not only the season record holder, I would say you are the full RHWB history record holder for a full marathon pace for women. 5 hours and 8 minutes.
But not yet, because Indu and Naina have not run yet.
At this point, let's call it like this. At this point.
Although going by the podcast yesterday, I think I have a slight advantage because my name is Suja, begins with S. Unless their names are Sindhu or Sunaina, it's not happening. I have the advantage. I have to tell you girls.
I don't think so. So you guys, audience, for the sake of audience, I got to tell you from a full marathon perspective, anything after 5:30, it becomes every 10 minutes, it's kind of 3 times more difficult than every shaving of 10 minutes after 5:30. So like going from 5:40 to 5:30 will be, will be like 1/3 as difficult as going from 5:20 to 5:10, and then 5:10 to 5, which Suja, you will realize it shortly. Coming from 5:10 to 5 is going to take an effort. I've seen many of my friends, guys, took 6 marathons of focus to break 5. They could not break 5 for 5 marathons, and 6th marathon that person broke. And that was like very speed conscious, a person trying to, So I know breaking 5 is a big deal, and you are just into the second hour. I know there are people like Srivatsa who is looking at 4 hours, but then that's all different categories of runners, right? The category and women category, 5 hours is a big achievement. So I can't wait for that to happen. Yes, Suja.
What about Sonia Oberoi? I think she is a 440 or something like that. So she may have the record for women.
Oh, actually. I think you are right, Suja.
Yeah.
I might have. I might have to take back the season.
Yes, and if you include Sonia Ahuja, I'm not sure if she's run with RHWB.
She's not part of her season.
Okay. Okay.
Sonia Oberoi, you are right. I think she's 450 plus, 452 or something like that is a PR.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. Like, yeah, she is our like all season winner. Thanks for correcting that. But definitely, the crown goes to you for this season from a fastest standpoint. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very nice. So let's go back to Dia. So Dia, now this is the last question for the day. What advice you would give for other runners, or maybe your own self, to beat the Dia of that day that got a 29 or 28 minute? How much exactly? I'm trying to remember. How much was it? 29 minutes, right?
9, yeah.
29 minutes. So what's the advice you would give them?
I would tell them to never give up, because even though you have leg pain and knee pain and back pain and all those pains while you're running, you shouldn't give up, because over time you can slow down a little bit if you want to, but keep running, because eventually you will finish it and you will be proud of yourself, and you will know that you finished it. So never give up.
Never give up. Beautiful words of advice and words of wisdom. What about you, Sahani?
I probably tell people that the amount of effort that you put in, like, you should expect something good, or if you didn't put enough effort in, you're going to expect something bad. I mean, I'm in 7th grade and our school starts at around 7:30 in the morning. And for some runs, I'd wake up at around 4:45 in the morning to go finish like a 3-4 mile run, because I don't have time in the evening because I have after school activities. So putting in that effort, like finishing all your runs, your strength training, you'll probably expect like a good time, and your body will be in good shape and you'll feel accomplished, compared to if you miss a lot of runs and you don't put in the effort, then you're not going to get something that you're happy with.
What a beautiful word of wisdom. And then 4:45, Sahani, I am so
I'd wake my dad up and I'd be like, we need to go and run. And
wow.
It'd be like black outside.
Wow, Sahani, I am so incredibly proud of you. A 7th grader able to get the discipline to wake up at 4:45, because she knows that she won't be able to come back to running post school. It's not as if, she wants to party or something after school. She's got so much of other activities happening that the only time she can think of is making time. So all those audience who are saying, I don't have time to run, my answer to you, or Suhani's answer to you, is just go and make it. Make time. And once you make time, that answers the question. Like, you will be able to do it. And you're right. If you put in the effort, you get the result. If you don't put in the effort, you will not get the result. It's a very, very simple axiom that you have proved by what you just now said. Brilliant. And congratulations again. Well done. Success is, as Deepak uncle says, success is a planned event. It doesn't happen by itself. You have to plan for it. So very nice. Vandana, what about you?
I would like to say that, first of all, trust yourself, never give up, and trust your training. And once you really start the line, you will just keep going it. And no matter how long does it take, you just keep going. And that's all I can say, that believe in yourself and you will be able to do it.
Yes. And I've seen you, Vandana, I like the way you said trust your training. I know that you do trust your training a lot. You don't miss training at all. You are truly a journey. The journey is the destination kind of a runner. More than the destination, you're more vested on the journey. And of course, the final race also, as a result, is very nice for you. Amazing, Vandana. Great words of advice to the fellow runners. What about you, Sita?
So I'll say during the season, take the training seriously and try to do your best and follow along as stated in the plan. And in between seasons, I think it's best not to give up totally on running. Maybe you can identify one or two things that you want to improve and work on it. So that next season you're starting off with that advantage a little bit rather than letting it all go and starting again. So running is by itself. Most of us are not natural born runners, like especially when it comes to endurance running. It takes a long time, which, Bala, you always say, give it 3 years or so for you to, mature into this running. And I can see that happening with me. So I would say don't expect instant gratification. Very few are, talented naturally, but you can work up and build up to it.
It's a very, 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 very good thought. It takes some time for the various pain that you all have. Every time a runner gets a pain, they immediately think about, fracture, arthritis, or a backbone slip disc. They think big. But in reality, what is happening most of the times is that weak muscles are getting pounded more than the stronger set of muscles. As a result, the weak muscles get injured or, get pulled and that type of stuff. But only when the weak muscles gets impacted can they become stronger. That's the body's natural cycle. Every weak muscle gets impacted, it tears off, and then the body thinks, holy shoot, what is happening here? I mean, why is this so weak? So let me mend this and then add more muscle fibers around it so that it doesn't, break off. And that process is strengthening. That what I just now said is strengthening. And so if you're at it for 3-4 years, then you can actually run without any pain. No pain at all, which is where I am in right now. I'm not fast, but I can run with no pain. That is superb, no? That's what we all need, especially kids here won't realize it, but definitely the adults here will connect with
Absolutely.
You, right? The most pleasurable part of running is when you run and come back and you don't have any pain at all, during and after. That is the most pleasurable thing because you're having runner's high and there's nothing to pull you down. There's no pain to pull you down. So that's where it's a great bit of advice, Suja. Thanks for sharing that. Hey guys, so interesting to hear from all of you. I'm sure the fellow runners will love it. Can't thank you enough. And congratulations again for setting the benchmark for the season. It's going to excite a lot of runners. A lot of new runners will be joining next season. And I'm sure this will be one they'll see, as the Champions podcast. And you have represented your distance so beautifully and gracefully. If I look at you guys, it's not as if you're saying I won because I'm the greatest. All of you are like actually surprised that you won it. It's not like you are saying I'm going for fastest. You guys are all doing what is the right thing, basics. And it just so happened that because you did the basics so well, the results just automatically came, whether it is Dia or Suhani or Vandana or Suja, that story is the same. Focusing on the basics, brilliant basics delivers brilliantly. That's what my manager used to say. So that's what has happened. So thank you guys. Thanks for your time. And let's continue to inspire others. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bala.
Thank you, Balaji.